Good evening, fellow Tcash merchants, and welcome to our Tcash Soko app online training session today. My name is Amos. At the session, make your first sale. So this is our second session of the week. Of course, we had our first session on how to fix your shop and prices on the Tcash Soko app. Ni hope yangu ulisoma. Ni hope yangu umefix shop yako. Now, of course, once you have fixed your shop, that is not the end. Why did you fix your shop? To fix shop so that we can use it to make sales. Okay, tunaelewana hapo. So the importance of having fixed your shop is that it becomes very easy and so convenient for you when you want now to start making sales, as we shall see in the course of this session. Remember, this is where we say that the Tcash Soko app is coming to, of course, change the way we have been doing business. We have always dealt with the traditional way of doing business, where you need to have a calculator there to calculate the cost of the items zenye mtu anataka kuchukua and so on and so forth. We are moving from that. We are coming to the digital era, where now digitization has taken the center stage. And that is why Tcash is important to us and important to our biasharas. Let us journey together and learn how you can be able to make your first sale using the Tcash Soko app. So now I'm sharing my screen with you. On my screen, at the very top, there is the circular icon that has the business logo. Remember, that's a professional business logo provided for me free of charge, courtesy of Telkom Kenya Limited. Down there, it just tells me, hello, Amos, you're the owner of the Aura Hair. Aura Hair is the shop that I want to sell using. But of course, there's something I must mention. You can't remember, the app has two sides. Kuna the personal side yenye unatumia for personal things zenye tutaongea about in the course of the week. And by the way, just before I forget, the first session of the week is already posted on YouTube. In case you didn't watch it, kindly find time, get to learn how you can fix your shop. So as we continue now, back to the session, the app has two sides, the personal and the business side. Ukitaka kuuza, lazima uuze ukiwa business side. Huwezi uza ukiwa the personal side. So hapa kwa business side itakuonyesha Tcash balance yako yenye uko nayo na the Rotary tickets. The app is running a Rotary. What is the Rotary tickets? What is the Rotary for? Making majority of the sales. So ukimake majority of the sales, you stand a chance to win with Tcash. Why? Because you might be the winner of the Rotary for the end of this month. Then today's performance itakuwa inakuonyesha hapo. Of course, this is a new shop. It's the shop we fixed during our first session, and that is why the performance today is 0. The transactions are 0 as I swipe to the right. The orders are 0 and the customers served are 0. But we want to see these numbers changing. Like tunataka hizi numbers zichange kabisa. Hapo chini ukiangalia upcoming bookings pia ziko 0. Hapo chini kabisa, I have the option of home, orders, sell, wallet, and business. So for me to sell, nitakuja to the famous yellow icon. Remember we said hii yellow icon yenye iko na the word sell ndio inakuambia that uko kwa business side. So ni hiyo ndio nitaguza. Nikiguza that sell, it shows me 3 options. So something I have to mention now, there are 3 ways in which you can make a sale. Unaweza tumia catalog, unaweza tumia express, unaweza tumia voice assistant. However, for you to make your first sale, ni vizuri utumie catalog because there are advantages of doing so. And I mentioned one. Just amongst the advantages of kutumia catalog ni ati stock yako itajapto update. This goes to all the business people wenye tuko na product kind of shops. For product kind of shop, this is where stock yako inakuanga like, kama ni viatu, uko na viatu pair 20. Ukiuza moja, zitabaki ngapi? 19. So you want to and the app allows you now to take your stock very easily. Sababu ukiuza using the catalog, the stock inajideduct, na hii system ndio inatumika kwa supermarket. That is why kwa supermarket tutaenda tu ukipitisha vitu kwa hiyo catalog, and then they are also able to track from the computer how many items are still remaining in stock. So I'll just go to the option catalog. Nikiguza the option catalog, then all the services that I offer zinaapia hapo. Starting with the first one, Aura braids, going to the Aura hair retouch, going to the cornrows, going to the dreadlocks retouch, and so on. So unaona all those services. So one thing I have to mention here ni ati, when you want to sell, kuna hiyo option iko after the service towards the right hand side. Iko na minus sign na plus sign. Hapo ndio unaguza. So whatever you want to sell, unaguza plus. So I want to sell the dreadlocks, for example. I'll just touch the plus. So kama ni mtu moja, see that is just one service. So utaguza the plus one, paka ijiandike one hapo katikati. So that the number at the middle changes from being 0 to being 1. But however, inaweza kuwa mtu alikuja na wakakuja na sister yake. So that means na wacharge na wanataka kunilipa just by one person. So that will mean that I'll have to add this one so that they are now 2 dreadlock services. So once nimezi add zimekuwa 2, then you can see hapo chini the option cut. There is an option, a blue option ya cut imeapia. The cost, it has 2 items and the cost is 100. So now the next thing that I do is to proceed to the cut. Niki proceed to the cut, then of course inanionyesha nini nimechukua dreadlocks costing 100, 50 minutes per 30 minute service, 2 of them. Then in case nimesahau kitu, I still have the option hapo chini ya add more. Nikiguza add more, inanirudisha nyuma. Inanirudisha wapi? Hapa kwa hii checkout, kwa hii catalog. So maybe this client also wanted the Aura hair retouch. I'll just add. Niki add, niguze cut, utaona that now zinaapia zikiwa zote. If the client, if maybe you notice that you have added more items than you needed, you don't have to keep on going back. No, unaweza fanya subtraction tu hapo kwa hiyo screen. Juu ukiangalia kama ni dreadlocks, I have taken two items of the same. So kuna hiyo plus na kuna ile minus. So the 2, I can decide to minus 1. Itakuja tu niguze minus. Unaona inabaki moja. Na the amount hapa chini changes to 550. Niki add hii the Aura hair retouch, unaona the total amount goes to 1050. So this is what I was talking about. Tukimake sales traditionally, ulikuwa unakaa hapo na calc. More especially to the people who own like kiosks and such kind of shops. Wakati mtu anakujia vitu mingi, so you had to stress yourself with a calculator there. Una keep on calculating. Hapa kwa app, there is no need of having that calculator with you, because the only thing you will be doing ni ku add to na ku subtract whatever you see that you have messed up with. So, and then you will be able to see the total amount. Once you have seen the total amount, then the next thing is to proceed to checkout. Kama umeshatosheka na vitu zenye umeuza. So I'll just proceed to checkout. Once I proceed to checkout, taguza hii option ya checkout. Once I proceed to checkout, unaiona hapo. Like it shows you the items pale juu, and then hapa chini inakuletea the payment options. So there are 3 ways in which wewe kama mwenye biashara, you can get paid by the customer. One of them is if the customer has the T-Cash Soko app, anaweza scan the T-Cash Soko QR code that is appearing there. So atascan hii QR code using their phone. Kwa phone yake atakuwa kwa personal side. Of course, we'll go to the personal side and see that option of scan. But kuna hiyo payment option. The advantages of the Soko QR code ni ati it is cost free. So the customer will not be charged for paying you. So yatakuwa na transact cost free. So akiscan pesa itakuwa inatoka kwa Tcash wallet yake inakuja kwa Tcash wallet yako directly, but you have to show them now your phone ndio scan your QR code. There is another way in which you can receive your money. That is the cash payment. Of course, most of us tumekuwa tukisell on cash basis, but with time tumekuwa tu tuki-advance na tuki-change. So most businesses by now tuna receive also the soft money. By soft money, I mean like tuna receive pesa using the digital payment channels that are there. So kama we bado, kama client wako mwenye amekuja akona cash, hutamwambia ati juu hana Tcash hautamuuzia. No, utamuuzia tu. How? There is the option of cash payment. Then there is another that option of being paid. That is the external wallet. By the external wallet, what do we mean? We mean a customer anaweza kuwa na M-Pesa, money that is there in their M-Pesa account. So ukiguza hii external wallet option, it brings you the external wallet QR code. So hii QR code customer akiscan inakulipa directly. So another option is anaweza tumia M-Pesa USSD *334#. Akitumia *334#, then lipa na Tcash, which is option 4, and of course anaenda to the phone number and the pay bill na anaweza kulipa there and there. So now for this transaction, because I don't have another customer with the Soko QR code, neither the external wallet, so I'll go with the cash payment. So nitamake ikiwa a cash payment. So for me to make the cash payment, I'll proceed and tap the cash payment. Then the next option I have is it tells me to confirm whether I would like to proceed with the cash checkout. Then I'll just confirm because that is what I intend to do. In less than a minute, in less than a second actually, you can see the purchase is completed. So service fee for the cash payment will be deducted from your next digital checkout, or you can choose to pay the fee now. So what I would want you to understand is wakati tu nimeguza hiyo option ya cash payment na nika confirm that I want to receive money using cash, customer anafaa akuwe amenishapatia cash. So mimi nimechukua cash, so I'm just completing this transaction. Nikicomplete hii transaction ni kama tu venye supo unaenda. Like if you have cash, unapatia the cashier. Ukipatia the cashier or the teller, then what they do, ana feed in kwa computer ya kwamba unalipa using cash, and of course the drawer opens, anaeka pesa hapo, and definitely anakupatia receipt, unaenda na mzigo. So it's the same thing. This platform will be allowing us to issue receipts and offer receipts to our customers. So hiyo receipt ndio inaapia hapo chini kwa hiyo black icon. So the black icon has the word view receipt. So nikiguza hiyo view receipt, I'll be able to see the date, the time, and the services that I sold, or the products that I sold. So nitapata nimeuza the Aura hair retouch for 1,000, dreadlocks for 50 shillings, a total of 1,050, and the service fee for this is 10.5. Allow me to talk about the service fee. The service fee at this point. So the service fee is a small fee charged by the developers of the platform for them to maintain the platform. Remember, we have stated earlier that there are so many advantages of this platform, starting with the platform being AI enabled, coming to the platform now allowing you to keep a record that is safe, secure, convenient, and of course, that is up to date. And of course, we have the advantage of this now helping you maintain your inventory while using the catalog. All these advantages that have been brought to us, zimeletwa to us for free, but we have to maintain. Like, with digital tools, you must keep on updating them, just the way you update your phone. So this fee is for just maintaining the service and ensuring that we continue receiving the service in the long run. So your service fee ni kidogo sana. It's very small when you compare it with the advantages zenye unapata when you're using the platform. So the fee is just 1% for any transaction that is above 100 shillings. What does that mean? What do I mean by 1%? By 1%, I mean, like customer akikuja anunue kitu, customer amekuja amenunua kitu, ina cost, for example, 1,050, like this one. The fee for that transaction is just 50, is just 1%, which is 10.5 shillings. As you can see, the 1% of 1,050 is 10 shillings. So that is the only amount deducted to you. So of course, let me, that is the service fee. Something that I've not mentioned is that the service fee for products which are below 100 is just 1 shilling for each and every product. So this receipt has that information. Ukitaka kutumia customer receipt ama ukitaka kupea customer wako receipt, you can take a screenshot of the same na mtumie kwa WhatsApp yake ama mtumie kwa email yake ama utume via any other social media platform that your client might be having. I hope we are together up to that point. So I'll just move back because I've viewed the receipt. There is some information here that I would want us to share together. Just below the receipt, kuna the previous cash fee balance. So ukiangalia previous cash fee balance ilikuwa 50 shillings. The fee for this transaction is 10.5, as we have talked about. Tumesema because this transaction is above 100, then the fee is 1%. The 1% of 1,050 is 10.5. And of course, when you subtract 50 minus 10.5, unapata 39.5. So that is the remaining cash fee balance. And of course, this shows me that I can do sales of up to 13,950 before I settle any balance that I would have been loaned by the app. So this is what happens. The moment you open a new shop, because Tcash Soko is coming to change our biasharas, and they mean it, then they give you 50 shillings free of charge. Na hiyo 50 ni yenye utatumia kufanya cash transactions zako. So they are giving you 50 shillings for free for you to use the 50 shillings to do the cash transactions zako. When you deplete this 50, ifike zero, they give you an extra credit of 100 shillings. What do I mean? Like, ukifanya 50 ni 1% of something. 50 is 1% of 5,000. So the amount of transactions zenye unaweza fanya with the 50 is up to 5,000 shillings. However, because the developers of the app want you to benefit from the app, wanakupea another 100 shillings. So wakikupea another 100 shillings, what does that mean? It means that unaweza uza up to 15,000 worth before you replenish the 100, and of course maybe top it up to the 50 or to another 100 and so on. So the developers of this app have really thought about us as business people. This transaction unalipa wakati ushauza up to 15,000. However, there is no harm in having more money in as money that you can use for service fees already kwa Tcash yako. So of course, we'll have a whole session on studying the cash sales that would involve us understanding utaweza kuongezea your pesa from which side. And that is it. That is how you can be able to make your first sale using the Tcash Soko app. So let me just move back a little bit. I just want to go to home. When I go to home, there are a number of things that have already changed. So ukiangalia hapa, kwa hii homepage, the Tcash balance remains as 62. Why? Customer mwenye tumeuzia hajalipa using the Soko QR code. Kama angelipa akitumia the Soko QR code, then the Tcash balance would have increased. Pesa ya Tcash ingeongezeka. Haya, ukiangalia Rotary tickets zilikuwa 15. Now because we have made a sale, Rotary tickets zimechange. Zimekuwa ngapi? 16. Meaning I'm so closer to the reward. Tukuje hapo kwa today's performance. Ukiangalia today's performance is 1,050 shillings. So that is a very good performance today, bearing in mind that the day just started. Now, the transactions, how many transactions are there is just one transaction. And of course, how many orders? 0 orders. How many customers? 0 customers. Okay, what are order zeros and customer 0? Somebody may be asking themselves that question. Ukiangalia hapo today's customer, the orders are 0, meaning hakuna mtu ame order for that service. Like an order ni venye mtu anaweza kupigia simu akwambie, I'll be passing by your shop at this time for hair retouch. So that person is requesting for that service or booking for that service. So nobody has booked, and therefore that's why the online orders are 0. The customers, mbona customers inanionyesha 0 na nimeuza? Somebody asked me that last week. Okay, the reason as to why the customers are 0 is because customer mwenye tumeuzia ametulipa na cash. Na because ametulipa na cash, then hatuna jina yake. Like you can't go asking everybody, what's your name, because you want to record them. No. Because hajatulipa na digital platform, hatuna jina yake, and therefore that customer cannot be recorded as a customer. So mtu anakuwa recognized as a customer na app kama ametumia the digital tools kulipa. For example, anaweza tumia M-Pesa, then M-Pesa of course itapea app jina ya huyo mtu. Ikimpea jina ya huyo mtu, then the customer atapia as a customer served. So it is important for you to understand that customer mwenye anakulipa na cash, huyo hapa itamrecognize. Itakuwa ina recognize customers wenye wamekulipa na Tcash ama wamekulipa na M-Pesa, because of course it will be having records of their names, and of course that will be a game changer when it comes to offering items on something that we will refer to as pay later. And of course, that is still an upcoming class on how to earn more with pay later. So keep it here, because there are so many advantages of the Tcash Soko platform that we're going to unpack together, and of course, learn and start to benefit together, because we deserve to benefit from the Tcash Soko platform. Of course, can you view this transaction under the history? Yes. Where do you need to go? Ukikuja hapo chini kabisa, there is the option of home, orders, sell. There is the option wallet. Nikiguza option ya wallet, then of course you're able to see wallet ni ndio ina host pesa, ndio iko na pesa. So like nikiangalia hapo kwa wallet, I can already see the Tcash balance, which is 62. The pay later has 0. Pay later ni when you're offering something on credit to some people. So I've not offered anything on credit because this is a new shop. Ukiangalia, then just below the pay later, there is that cash payment. So you can view it from here. Na nikiguza hiyo cash payment, it brings me the details. Inaonyesha that this was a cash payment of 1,050, which was done today at 12:24 p.m. And of course, you can be able to view the receipt. Nikiguza receipt hapo juu, then I'll be able to see dreadlocks and 2 hair retouch. And of course, you can be able to see that you received that. And of course, receipt tulisema, you can screenshot it and send it to your customer on their request through the WhatsApp or through the email. And that is how you can be able to, of course, make your first sale and view that transaction under the cash payment. Remember, we have stated that for you to make a sale, you'd come to the option sell. And of course, go to catalog. Why catalog? Because you would want to have consistency in records. Yani, tuna change shop yako inaanza kuuza na system kama ya supermarket. Imagine that. This is the power of digitization. This is the power of Tcash Soko app. In case you have any question on how you can be able to make your first sale, kindly get back to me via the comment section. I will be more than willing to respond to your questions as soon as I see them. Have a great day. Let us keep on transacting starting now with the Tcash Soko app and stand high chances of winning the Rotary. And apart from winning the Rotary, stand high chances of benefiting from the digital tools that have been brought to us courtesy of Telkom Kenya Limited. Have a great day. See you in our next session. Thank you.